Good evening, good morning, and good day. And thank you so much for once again choosing to spend a little bit of your time with me. The king is dead. Long live the king. Seriously though, what the fuck is up with the news suddenly being obsessively royalist with the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, The Sun, the Daily Mail? I mean, every single paper, non-stop coverage of nothing but Prince Philip's death. He's just a person. Most of this country aren't royalists. I find it hilarious that the BBC has received more complaints about this than basically anything ever. There's a worldwide pandemic going on. Countries on the brink of war. Russia and Ukraine, this close to breaking out into all-out war. Literally digging trenches. It's trench warfare. A coup in Myanmar. The country's own official diplomat in our country being kicked out of his embassy. There is so much awful shit going on. Police brutality in this country. Women and men getting fucking kidnapped off the streets and murdered. No. What we need to know about is a very old, entitled, rich person dying. That's all that matters. And now the news is like, let's talk about how great he was. Let's talk about how wonderful a person he was, how amazing he was. Like, if you're going to talk about him, just be like, Prince Philip has died, done. But if you're going to be going on about how wonderful a guy he was and how the country is going to miss him, fuck off. The guy was a racist, sexist, piece of shit scumbag. As I think probably all the royals probably are. Yay. The only ones I have any hope for are Meghan and Harry because they've fled the family. Can you blame them? With like kids, with little children, you want to be having Christmas dinner with your Uncle Andrew, best friends with Princess, with your Uncle Andrew, best friends with Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. No, everyone knows that Prince Andrew is a paedophile. Why would Meghan want her children anywhere near that man? And in her defense, she didn't know until she was already in. She wouldn't have known, most likely, until she was already in a relationship with Harry. So I don't hold that against her. People always say, she knew what she was getting into when she was marrying into the royal family. She didn't realise that they were a literal paedophile protection racket. I doubt she realised that. Anyway, The Sun posted an article of Prince Philip's hilarious gaffes. Such amazing moments of wit and charm and a few oopsie doopsies that make you wince. No. The guy had so much money and power, it was very clear that when he went around the world, travelling to the Commonwealth countries, he was basically just testing how far he could push things. Seeing how far he could push people and what he could get away with. And what he learned throughout his very rich, entitled, spoiled life is that he could say and do anything. As husband to the Queen, he could quite literally do anything. And nothing would ever be done of it. He could hang out with world leaders and insult them to their face. And they just had to stand there and listen to it, unable to say a thing, lest they face the wrath of the British Empire. Legally speaking, this country cannot press charges against him, and if any other country was to try to, we would go to war with them. The royal family cannot be arrested or have charges pressed against them. So, yay. Why do you think the FBI and CIA still haven't interviewed or rather interrogated Prince Andrew? Before we do this though, if you fancy giving me some money, I have a PayPal link that will be down in the description. Just give me any amount of money, don't really care. It'll be pretty nice of you to do that. There's also a Discord link down in the doobly-doo if you want to come hang out and chat. Just don't be a cunt, basically. But yeah, if you want to give me video ideas or I don't know, whatever, there's a Discord, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, second channel, all in the description. Go do it. Maybe give me some money as well. Just saying that you could, that's all. I'm not saying that you have to, just saying that you could. Just to give my American viewers a little idea of what the Sun are like. They're basically the British Fox News. I mean, they have a live blog since Prince Phillip died that was last updated 52 minutes ago, an hour or so ago. You just consistently, just non-stop talking about everything about him and everything going on since his death. They've so far published more than 10 individual articles. More than 10 articles about Prince Philip since he died. Fuck the news. Fuck Brexit. Fuck the actual riots and violence and death and injuries occurring on the Irish border and in Northern Ireland right now, due to the whole Good Friday Agreement just being shat upon by our fascist conservative government. Our government that will give you a larger prison sentence, a longer prison sentence for vandalizing a statue than it will for sexually assaulting a minor. I mean, what the fuck has happened to this country? Fuck's sake. We're actually closer to fascism than you are, America. It's quite interesting. Yeah. Wit and wisdom. Prince Philip's 17 funniest gaffes that made us cry with laughter and sometimes wince. He was well known for his cheeky one-liners as he was for being the Queen's husband. Oh, he was so well known for his cheeky one-liners. Died on Friday morning, aged 99. He was respected for his deep wisdom and sharp wit in equal measure. No, he's just literally the picture of everyone's childhood nightmare. Here we've compiled a list of 17 times the Duke of Edinburgh made us laugh and wince. Here you see him and the Queen with the Nigerian president, Olusegun Obasanjo, in 2003. He told the president of Nigeria while he was dressed in traditional robes on a visit in 2003, "You look like you're ready for bed." In 2002, when visiting an Aboriginal culture park in the Queensland rainforests of Australia, he asked an Aboriginal businessman, Do you still throw spears at each other?" William Brim replied, "No, we don't do that anymore." Working as hard as Prince Philip can be thirsty work, in 2002, when he visited Italy with the Queen, the Prince demanded, "I don't care what kind it is, just get me a beer."
One of these things is not like the other.
The Duke pictured here with Andrew Adams at Salford University's summer school in 2001. "You're too fat to be an astronaut." The Duke of Edinburgh met with a 25-year-old council worker, Hannah Jackson, in 2012 in Bromley in Kent. She was wearing a dress with a zip running the length of its front, and he said to her, "I would get arrested if I unzipped that dress." No, bro. Fucking predator. That is disgusting. Whilst meeting a girl who had survived an assassination attempt by the Taliban, he remarked, very, like, there's bad taste and then there's this. "Children go to school because their parents don't want them in the house." Yeah, well, whilst in Beijing, talking to British students in China at the time, he said to them, "If you stay here much longer, you'll all be slitty-eyed." So when Meghan Markle says that there's extreme racism coming from within the royal family, why is anyone saying they don't believe her? Right, here at Mashable, we've got a much better list.
British women can't cook,
he told the Scottish Women's Institute in 1961. Lovely.
It looks like the kind of thing my daughter would bring back from her school art lessons,
he muttered while being shown Ethiopian art in 1965.
I would like to go to Russia very much, although the bastards murdered half my family.
At a very heated period of history in 1967.
What do you gargle with? Pebbles?
He told singer Tom Jones at the 1969 Royal Variety Performance. Later he added,
It's difficult to see how it's possible to become immensely valuable by singing one of the most hideous songs. We don't come here for our health. We can think of other ways of enjoying ourselves,
he told journalists in Canada in 1976.
You are a woman, aren't you?
He said to a Kenyan woman who was presenting him with a small gift in 1984.
If you stay here much longer, you will all be slitty-eyed,
the prince told British exchange students who lived in Xi'an in 1986. When asked on his opinion of Beijing, he replied,
Ghastly. If it has 4 legs and it is not a chair, if it has 2 wings and flies, but it is not an aeroplane, and if it swims, and it is not a submarine, the Cantonese will eat it.
Again, with the Chinese insults, when he addressed World Wildlife Fund meeting in 1986. Like, fuck off, bro, what the fuck? Disgusting cunt. This guy doesn't deserve to be called a cunt. I'm gonna stop using that word on him. Cunts are beautiful, wonderful things. Pussy's great. Like, this guy is just a flea. He's a flea. He's a leech. There we go. He's literally a leech. A literal fucking leech is all the royal family are.
I don't think a prostitute is more moral than a wife, but they are doing the same thing.
Oh my god. When dismissing claims, those who slaughter for meat have a greater moral authority than those who partake in blood sports in 1988. Wait, what? Buddy, what the fuck are you going on about? So that's what the Queen was to Prince Philip. The same as a prostitute. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, I might catch some ghastly disease.
When asked if he wanted to get pet a koala in Australia back in 1992.
You can't have been here that long. You haven't got a pot belly,
he told a British tourist during a visit to Budapest in 1993.
Aren't most of you descended from pirates?
He inquired to an islander while in the Cayman Islands in 1994.
How do you keep the natives off the booze long enough to pass the test?
He asked a Scottish driving instructor in 1995.
It was part of the fortunes of war. We didn't have counsellors rushing around every time somebody let off a gun, asking, Are you alright? Are you sure you don't have a ghastly problem? You just got on with it.
When asked about stress counselling for soldiers in 1995, yeah, you know, about your PTSD and your trauma, just get on with it. Just deal with it, buddy. And this explains just about 99% of the problems we have in the UK, is the morals that we have somehow inherited from the royal family, who are just a bunch of disgusting pricks.
Managed not to get eaten then?
The prince asked a British student who had been trekking in Papua New Guinea in 1998.
Where's the Southern Comfort?
He said on receipt of a basket of Southern goods from the US ambassador in London in 1999, only interested in the liquor.
Booze, women, and racism. That's all that good old Prince Philip needed in his life. A bit of travel, some prostitutes, and some booze. Deaf. If you're near there, no wonder you were deaf.
He told a group of deaf school children who were nearby a Caribbean steel drum band in 2000. Oh my god, that's tasteless as fuck. Go fuck yourself.
You could do with losing a little bit of weight,
he told a 13-year-old Andrew Adams after hearing he wanted to become an astronaut while visiting a science museum in 2001.
So who's on drugs here? He looks as if he is on drugs.
He said of a 14-year-old boy whilst at a Bangladeshi youth club in 2002. My man was genuinely just looking for a hookup at first, then realised that they were children, or no, didn't realise that because he's a racist dumbass fuck and looked at a child, and because he was a different skin colour, saw him as a threatening drugged up adult and was like,
oh, that child there looks like he's on drugs, he's brown. Whoa.
Yeah, the royal family done so much for fighting racism and you know, the Commonwealth, such a good thing.
You look like you're ready for bed,
he told the President of Nigeria in 2003, who was dressed in traditional robes. So yeah, it's not just like, you know, you can't just forgive it and be like, oh, it was the time, you know, it was 1969, it was 1970. No, it was 2003 as well, cunt. He was still being a racist fuck to people around the world, to presidents in 2000 like, he spent his entire life, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, 99 years, being a racist shit, doing nothing but shitting on the people of the world for his own laughs and entertainment, and supporting paedophiles like Andrew and Epstein. What a lovely man. Let's celebrate his passing. No, fuck off.
Is it a strip club?
He asked when meeting a female sea cadet who told the prince she worked in a nightclub in 2009, because you can't meet a woman in the army who also has to have a fucking side hustle and not assume she's a stripper. You fucking fuck.
That's a nice tie. Do you have any knickers in that material?
He asked Annabel Goldie, the Scottish Conservative leader, when welcoming Benedict XVI, the Pope Benedict XVI, to Edinburgh in 2010. Holy fucking shit.
The Philippines must be half empty. You're all here running the NHS,
he told nurses at Luton and Dunstable Hospital in 2013.
Just take the fucking picture,
he told a photographer during a Battle of Britain event in 2015. I just had a bath and a shower. A bathower, if you will. Soaking in the bath, and then a shower. Cut my hair, washed it, did it all nice. And I already feel like I need a week at a spa of deep cleaning to let me heal from that shit. Wow. I'm only reading this stuff out and even saying these things because they've been printed in magazines and publications, and I do not stand by anything. I feel sick reading out some of that stuff. It's disgusting. That's just wrong that people talk about people that way. It honestly upsets me. Like, how can people respect these people? Most powerful family in our country cannot be sued, cannot be charged, cannot be tried, can saunter around the world doing whatever the fuck they want, saying whatever they want to whoever they want, and getting away with it. I don't want to live in this world at times. Jesus. But I don't want to move to America. I want to move to New Zealand. New Zealand, as far as I can tell, perfect. Ever since Jacinda Ardern came into power, she is an absolute goddess amongst people. I want to move to New Zealand. You know, running a country whilst pregnant, whilst having a kid. You know, having just the best everything. They've got an NHS. I hate the royal family. It's not fair that they even exist. Why do we put up with them even existing? Oops, batteries came out again. Thank you so much for watching this, loungers. What do we do, huh? What do we do with forces like this in our world? I must sound like a crazy person right now. I don't even care. Coming up this week, I'll be clarifying my opinions on some very important things. Basically, I've made a few mistakes in some videos recently, not any mistakes that you're probably thinking of. I just want to clarify my opinions on medication and prescriptions, quetiapine. I've had a lot of questions about that as a whole, and I came across too dogmatic, and I didn't correctly explain my feelings on the medication itself, or prescriptions and medications in general. So I want to make a video clarifying that this week. I need to talk about the fact that, like, any DID people watching this, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to necessarily like jump in on this again straight away so soon. It's not necessarily what you think it is. Had a lot of people ask me to cover this subject, but basically, check this clip.
And I am not trying to belittle anybody. People can have alters of all shapes, races, identities. But I think that disabilities need to be treated in the same light as race. A white system cannot go and claim that they're black. An able-bodied system cannot go and claim that they're disabled. I feel like they should be equal. I feel like it's my right to be angry about this. The amount of fucking shit that we go through every day, trying to walk, trying to move. Most evenings my legs don't work. Not just when this altar switches out, edgy, ooh woo. Oh, you have to commando crawl across your bedroom? What?
In a nutshell, that, totally agree, 100%. As an autistic person, as somebody with bipolar, and as somebody with ADHD, all of which I was born with, never going to be able to just turn them off. Never going to be able to wake up one day and just not have them, and then wake up the next day and have them. Yeah, you know? Can we not do that? My carpal tunnel. A carpal tunnel, you see in some videos I'm wearing a wrist brace, because I can't even open door handles with my left hand sometimes. I can't do fuck all with my left hand for about 12 hours a day. Crippling pain, yay. Can't just turn that off. Never can take medications for it, and some days it's not as bad as other days. Can't just turn it off. And so, whilst there are creators on YouTube with bigger platforms than my own that get more views than me, chatting utter shit, saying that they have, and this is the problem with this again, like, Did Crew, like, this affects you guys far more than it affects anyone else. Having somebody out there saying that they have alters with paraplegia, that they have alters with autism, but they have alters that don't. Do you realise how fucking offensive and how much bullshit? Just, if you were saying something like that, you've quite literally just outed yourself as a malingerer. Well done. Basically, that's what you've done to anybody who actually understands medical conditions. You've just gone and outed yourself as a malingerer. You cannot turn off disabilities. It's stupid to even say it.
What?
Right. I was about to be saying goodbye. Come rant with me, ask me questions in Discord, whatever, PayPal, doobly-doos. Thank you so much for watching. Oh yeah, and I think I finally figured out a plan for my Patreon when I set one up eventually, what the rewards will be. I want to do a bookmark club, Grandadslounge's bookmark club, where you know, just like you could just support me for $1 a month or something. But then for say $5 a month, you'd get a bookmark. $10 a month, you get 2 bookmarks. I don't know. because I really like doing bookmark designs and prints. They're my favourite kind of way to work. I love working in a super portrait or super wide landscape. It's just fun for me. So if you're interested, I'm interested. Otherwise, PayPal, Discord, money, shit. Give me money. I like money. Everyone loves money. I'm doing the YouTuber thing. Psychological, subversive advertising. Give me your money. Money, money, money. Joking, guys. You really don't need to. It would just be nice. I am the worst person at ending videos ever. Always have been. Never worked it out. The other thing I'm going to be talking about this week is the least funny hashtag trend and sound I've ever seen on TikTok. And I need to talk about it, because if I don't talk about it, there are some men out there that are going to get punched in the face really fucking hard. Quite simply. Peace and love, everyone. Actual peace for you guys, of course. And love. I'm out. Gone. Bye.
What?